Why have I got 2 motor mounts? It's 2! It is 2 which they send! That is above and beyond what I expected for 18 quid. Wow. Foam day! I think it's a foam day anyway. I've had a look underneath and I still don't know what's in the box. Right, let's just go for it. Howdy, I'm Matt and welcome aboard. In this video we are hopefully got some foam in this box, but no promises because I really don't know what's in it. But let's crack it open and see what happens from here. Right. I hope it's a little bag of fun, which a box of fun, which I saw on Banggood a couple of days ago, and is it what I thought it is? So that's what I saw when I looked underneath. What is it? Oh wow! Okay, right. Okay. I found this on AliExpress for like no money at all. Like I think $15. Oh, I don't even know what I paid for it. It was not a lot in a big ship. Should we put it that way? So this isn't what I thought it was. This is even better. Right, so this is a tiny little wing which made out of EPP. Oh, fuck it, let's just get the box open. Right, so I found this on, oh wow, this is way better than I expected. So, sorry, let me just explain this. I was having a look on AliExpress, and I'll put a link to this in the video description for you. And there were a collection of models on there, and what I normally find with AliExpress is that, why have I got 2 motor mounts? It's 2! It is 2 which they send! Right. Okay, so this is even better value for money. Okay, so as I was trying to say, and Matt got really excited, which I'm not apologising for, that's just the way I am, which is that I found this on AliExpress when I was just having a shop around, and I thought, you know what, it's absolutely no money at all. If I lose it, it'll be fine. If it never turns up, I'm not going to cry. And obviously it has turned up, and I might cry with joy. Because it's a double kit. I really did not pay much money for this at all. I can look it up on my phone. In fact, I'm not going to look at my phone right now. I'll just do a spin out bar on the side. With the correct value. But it was really not a lot of money at all. And we get 2 in the kits. Okay, fantastic. So, yes. Right, what wingspan is this, Matt? Let me put this on the workbench so we can have a quick look. So I've just put that there. It is a 24, so that is a 480 millimeter wing. So as you can tell by the size of my hands, they're tiny. They really are tiny. So what do we do to put this thing together? Because it just had some photos on there, and I was just be happy with the wing cords, and we've got some bonus bits. So yeah, we got some bright, really not fitting, bright orange winglets which go on the side. We've got a motor mount to go on the back. We've got holes underneath for tiny servos. Ooh, I'm not sure if I'll be putting the servos underneath. I know that might keep it like looking better on the top. But wings are bottom landers, aren't they? And those are such tiny little servos. I don't think that's gonna. I don't think that's gonna happen. I'll probably just cut those through to the top. Right, putting this together. Oh, I'm torn. If I'm in a rush to build this, I will use. In fact, no, I am just blatantly going to use hot glue because I don't think there's any other reason not to use hot glue, because it's going to be such a thin piece of hot glue which I use in there. And it's going to be such a tiny piece on the back. So yeah, that's going to be a challenge fitting a motor to the motor mount, because they have been glued on the motor mount on the back, which makes it awkward, because one of the things which you have, we'll check in there to see what we get, but one of the things, especially with the smaller motors, is that you don't get motor mounts with them. And I'm already thinking tiny, let's get that on there. A much smaller motor. In fact, I think even an 1806 motor would be an issue on here. Being that might definitely be that would be too big. So, just trying to fit that on there. and the surfaces are quite nice and springy. They're not too tough, although I've got to be honest with you, I might just run the back of the knife down the surface just to weaken it a bit to make it move a little bit more easily. Cool. Right, I'm just going to put one of these to one side because I'm just going to get lost and we're going to get overwhelmed with the bits. So yeah, very straightforward build by the looks of it. Absolutely no instructions, so we are kind of left to our own devices. Oh, what have we got on here? What have we got on here? This is where looking at the photo would help. Back in a mo. Right, so I paid £18 for this. And I've got some photos up. They are not much help at all. There was nothing on the front of the box. That's a help. Oh wow! Whoa! You cannot see that on that screen. I'll just put an overlay on the top of the photo which I'm looking at. They got a great big fox ear camera pointing downwards. A huge, great big 3S battery, GPS and everything rammed in there. I'm not doing that. I only bought this for fun to fly around with. That is definitely overloaded. Wow. I've got some tiny little 2S batteries which I'm just going over here to grab just to show you what my intended plan was to really keep it quite light. And yeah, you could fit a flight control on it. There is room, but I think in reality that yeah, a battery like that would be fine, absolutely fine. And I was just going to go for some line of sight fun out the front. In fact, even looking at that, I think that might be too much. So something like that would be better. So I'll tell you what, let's crack this apart and see what we get. So we get control horns, which I will categorically not be using. Yeah, so I assume, good job we looked. Oh, that makes sense what those lines are in there for now. Right, so I assume you're supposed to put that. Yeah, okay, let me just move this motor mount out of the way. So this makes sense that you've got some vertical pin. No, it all makes sense. Still no really good photos on here of what it's supposed to be. Oh, that one's, right, okay. Let's get the bits out of the back and see what on earth we've got here. This is nuts. So half the time it's the adventure of receiving a load of parts and then trying to make a constructive kit out of what you've been sent. Is it not? How weird is this? This is fun. Right, I think that we're supposed to have yes, we're supposed to have that platform there, aren't we? So let's quickly, how cool is this? It really is an adventure. Right, that's fun because the hole is literally just big enough so you have to thread the threads through, which I'm sure I'll ruin. Right, so we'll put that through there, and then stuff that in there. Oh look, that's way too long. Is it supposed to be like a triple height or something? Oh no, you're supposed to do this the other way up because that's going to be the spacing for a flight controller. Really? Would you put a full-size flight controller on here? Would you do that on a wing this small? Obviously that's all you got in your parts bag, but come on. Right, so that bit, well, I'm looking out there at your, looking out there at the camera screen, and that's not what I should be doing at all. So let's turn that way round, and let's just put that on there. How curious. Yeah, so it was saying on there £18. Well, we'll say 20-some dollars, and of course you've got two of them, so that was not a lot of money for quite a fun little model. You think the bonsai right now is 30 quid plus, maybe 45 quid plus with electronics, is that that does get silly expensive now compared to a kit like this, and you've got two of them in the kit, and obviously these are poor substitutes to a bonsai, but come on, this is like less than like half the price. So they're just ridiculous money on the Hobby King now. Right, so that's supposed to go there. So we've got the holes underneath. So I don't know if you can see, which you probably can, is that just there, there's a melted hole for the screw heads to go into. So that goes there. So what else is all this lot for then? Alright, this doesn't make any sense at all. Oh, we do get a motor mount. I'm sure somebody... Oh, yeah, I'll throw it on the desk. So we do get a motor mount. That's happy days. I like that because, especially with these smaller motors, you just don't get things like that. That's brilliant. I'm still here trying to work out how this is going to go. Maybe, yeah, because you can't fit that through there. And you don't have any photos at all. And that won't squeeze in there. And you get those only funny bits. I don't know is the short answer. I tell you what, by the magic of video editing, I'll be back to you once I've got this figured out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I've been and got it. Right, that was an experience. I've literally just chucked it together with the hot glue gun a few moments ago. That was dead simple. Now you'll notice on the bottom we've got this piece here. That's what the cable strap, the Velcro strap goes through. Now you can double these up. That's what I came to the conclusion what these other two parts were. You could double that up on the nose if you saw fit, and the same on the top as well. These little hooks here, by the looks of it, are meant for, I'll show you on there, those little edges on there is meant for a cable tie, so that you cable tie your camera on the front. Crude, yet it would be effective. I think I've got the zip strap the wrong way round. I've got my loop facing forwards. So I think that really needs to be at the back. The biggest revelation, which was that this board, so this cage, the reason why you get two pieces of plastic in these supports is, and it suddenly hit me, if I show you there, you'll see that's two pieces of clear or white plastic-ish, beige plastic, is that you're supposed to put your flight controller between those and then put your GPS unit on top. That made complete sense a few moments later. And I don't know what you would, well, you'd put the ESC up here somewhere, I would presume. And that was it. So, yeah. Howdy, it's Matt from the future here, and I found exactly the same pair of wings over on Banggood. And when I was reading the description further down, I found the manual, and actually the manual's really, really good. And I genuinely mean this too. I wish I knew that the manual existed. Because as you'll see, as I'm scrolling down here, it does answer a couple of questions which I'm going to run into in a few moments' time with challenges around the build of the actual model. Because there was none in the box, I didn't even think of looking on Banggood to see if it was sold over there. And there it is, clear as day, fantastic instructions. And you'll notice that on mine, in a minute, I end up with the motor mount the wrong way up, which I will correct on version 2, or on the second one. And look, you'll even see that they've got the flight controller install, and when it comes to the servos, if we scroll down a little bit further, again, something which I mess up is that I've gone too far, let's get back down. Something which I mess up, I thought about the servos having the control horns coming out at the bottom, but of course, now in hindsight, Matt from the future knows that actually the control horn goes out the top of the model. So yes, it's absolutely fine to put the servos in the bottom, and I didn't need to cut a great big hole in the top. Hindsight, isn't it beautiful? Reading a manual which actually points out about pushing the servo into there, leaving traces and then cutting it with a knife. It's a really good manual. So what I've been and done for you is that I've put a link to this manual for this model, or these models, in the video description. And of course, Matt now from the future, when he's building the second one, knows exactly what he's supposed to be doing. So maybe the first one's like the challenge one, which you put together without looking at the manual. So cover your eyes, don't look at the screen. And number 2 is the one where you do actually read the manual. So, hey ho, Matt from the future. Let's go back to Matt back in the past. I hope that makes some sense at all. Really, really curious build. Very, very curious model. It's such a strange one because someone has obviously given this some thought to put this together. And the fact that you get 2 of them in the kit, what on earth? Very, very, very peculiar. Yeah, I'm still like, are we really gonna stick iNav on this? And the reason why I'm saying that is because you've got to think about, once you put the board in there and do these screws up, is that you can't do the screw up from underneath because it's underneath under there. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is that I'm going to get the soldering iron from over there, and what I'm going to do with mine is that the holes, or the little divots which they made in the wing, I'm actually just going to plunge the soldering iron through so I can get a screwdriver up to be able to hold the board on, etc, etc. So yeah, that is above and beyond what I expected for 18 quid. Wow. Okay, that needs to go in the build queue. You might be able to tell I'm a little bit dumbstruck by this, because that is just not what I expected well, A, is not what I expected in the box, and B, I was pleasantly surprised by what I found in the box, and for 18 quid, we'll see how this does. Right, as always, we'll always hold off final verdicts until we get this model out and fly it. I don't think I've got any spare flight controllers right now, but I'll root around in the box. Even if I find an old F3, it's just got to hold the model in the sky. And to be brutally honest, I think on a small wing like this is where really iNav, even without the FPV and GPS functions, would really come into its own, because it would be able to provide stabilization to keep the model keep the model under control in the sky. I think that's a very, very good application for iNav in general, just beyond everything else which it offers. So yeah, get iNav one of them up, and I don't know what I'm going to do with the other one, if I'm perfectly honest just yet. But as you can tell, I'm pleasantly surprised. It's totally not what I expected. Someone really has given it some thought. Right, with that said, questions, comments, your thoughts on this tiny little FPV wing, the B490, which works out to be, oh yeah, you got an extra centimetre for the foam on the end, yeah. So, yeah. I don't know what to say. I'm just dumbstruck by this one at the moment. It's like, what on earth was in that box? And it's not what I expected, and I'm pleasantly surprised. So, point being, questions, comments, your ideas of what we could do with this, let me know in the comments section underneath this video. I will include a link to this. It will be an affiliate link for AliExpress, and if you use that link at no cost to you, you will be supporting this channel. Remember, that is something which I always like to be 100% clear and open about. I bought it because I was curious, and I'm even more curious than now it's been and turned up. Wow. Right, on that note, from myself, Matt, a big thank you to you for taking the time to join me here for this unboxing and pleasant surprise. If you're new here, don't forget to press the red subscribe button, and of course to hit the bell notification so that YouTube lets you know when the next video is out, because it could be the maiden of this weird little thing, or some more carnage. Oh. So on that note, for myself, Matt, cheerios!